All right. So hi, everyone, and welcome. My name is Adnan Syed. I'm the director for these Talent Accelerator programs, and you're joining us today just to make sure you're in the right Zoom. You're joining us today for an information session for our Experience Tech program. So we're just about to we'll get started now. Just as a housekeeping rule, please, if you can mute your mics and turn off your videos, and please put your questions in the Zoom chat as we go through this information session. I will not be answering them during the session. I'll actually do the presentation first, and then we'll stop the live stream, and then we'll have time available for the Q&A with you all. Okay, and you can ask me any questions you have, and we can take it from there. So just to get started, I'd like to start with a land acknowledgement. So I join you here from Toronto. Toronto is in the Dish with One Spoon territory. The Dish with One Spoon is a treaty between the Anishinaabe, Mississaugas, and the Haudenosaunee that bound them to share the treaty and protect the land. Subsequent Indigenous nations and peoples, Europeans, and all newcomers have been invited into this treaty in the spirit of peace, friendship, and respect. And with that, we would like to carry ourselves through in terms of the activities and the programs we're delivering here today. So to start off, so this is our agenda. We'll just go over what the TechTalent Accelerator is. And then we will, from there, get into the details of the information session, and then get into a Q&A with you all here today. So with that, I want to pose a question to you all, and I'll just pop open my chat so I can see the answers as well. So please, if you can, I would really like to see who are the participants. So if you can indicate in the chat, what program are you in and what year are you in the chat, please. And please, I'll take a moment. So we have people from electrical, psychology, others biomedical. Thank you. Thank you. So we see a wide variety of students interested in the tech industry. So thank you so much for your interest, and thank you for joining. So we'll get this moving. So what is the, I do have a cough, so please bear with me if you hear that. You will hear it a few times along the way. Again, thank you so much for continuing to share which programs you're in. Really appreciate this. So the TechTalent Accelerator, what is this? We're a training program that's designed to launch the next generation of industry-ready talent in the Canadian IT tech sector. So we are a collaboration. We are a collaboration between Ryerson University, CompTIA, which is a large global association of IT tech companies. It's headquartered in the US, but has chapters in a variety of different regions as well, including a chapter in Canada and a number of its member companies. So what is it that we do? So what you can see on the screen here, you can probably see two red bubbles. And each of these one is called Explore Tech, and the other one's called Experience Tech. And basically, these are the activities that our program runs. Explore Tech, I don't know if you were one of the individuals who was in the seminar just before this from 12 to 1, that's one of the activities we do. We run innovation seminars. We invite leaders from the industry to talk about what it is that they do and what it is that they're what would they like to share with new talent and what they want new talent to know about in that process. So with that, so we just did one of those seminars on emerging technologies just now from 12 to 1. And here the idea for you students is, as you think of, where to go in your career, we're really trying to create a space for you to show up and learn more about this very specific priority industry in the country, in the Canadian IT tech space. So you can learn more about, what is, in terms of context, what is this industry about? What do you get to do in it? What are some leaders talking about in the industry? What are some opportunities that they're looking at? So as you think of your career in an industry like this, you get some more context and understanding of, how do you navigate it if that's where you're interested in moving to. So that's the whole intent of these seminars. We run them at least once a month, if not multiple times a month, from September to April every year. The other activity that we do, and this one we'll probably do next in the winter term, is a hackathon. So we'll do our next hackathon. And here we basically invite students, again, from across the university who are interested in the tech industry to form teams. And we invite a challenge from industry. And then we run it, if it's virtual, we'll run a 3-week event. If it's in person, it would be a 3-day event where you would engage in a challenge and come up with a solution and present it back to industry leaders. So that's something that we also do. Again, both are under the umbrella of Explore Tech. We really want you to, build some context about the industry while you're a student, so you can make an informed decision about being in the industry and how to navigate it as you think of moving forward in it. The next bubble that we do is called Experience Tech. So this is our industry training and placement program. So this is, I'm going to start off by saying this is the way our program works. I just want to clearly indicate to everyone is that, as you can see, you're all from different programs, but you're eligible to be considering our program because our program is what we call a co-curricular program. So it is not linked to your degrees. There's nothing you would do here that can contribute to you earning your actual degrees. This is an activity you're engaging in that is on top of what your degree requirements are at the university in order to participate with us. So in terms of what you get from us in terms of the Experience Tech program. So here we're really, we're looking at final year, and I'll just in a second mention something about co-ops as well. So here you're looking at final year students for the most part, and we have some additional eligibility that we'll talk about for other candidates. But we're looking for students that are transitioning into being new grads, and we're looking to give you some very specific industry training modules. So these are modules that we've actually developed with our industry partners, and I'll show you our advisory board in a sec that's helped us with this. So you get access to these modules that some of them have actually helped develop. And then with that knowledge, and also one additional CompTIA certification course, again, details to follow on this, we then facilitate internship opportunities for individuals that apply to us. So that's how the program works. And again, I'll go into details on eligibility for different categories of students that we have here. And the essence of our program is what I've put down here. All of you, as you indicate in your programs, I consider you all in different disciplines, becoming subject matter experts, be it business, be it philosophy, be it biomedical engineering. You're becoming subject matter experts in that at different levels, at the undergraduate level or master's or PhD. However, as soon as you step out of the university and look for a career or jobs, and the way they're structured outside are as industries, and that's what we're focused on. We're focused on specifically the IT tech industry, and looking to see how we can improve this and make it a bit more of a seamless transition for students from their educational process to starting their careers in a specific industry that's actually a booming industry right now in Canada and has a lot of opportunities for young people. So just want to start by recognizing, also want to recognize my advisory board. I believe I see Adam here. So Adam, if you want to give a shout out. I don't know if I see anybody else. Jessica, is there anyone else from the advisory board here today?
Rita said she was only able to join today.
Okay.
She had a second meeting, and
sure.
Cynthia.
Okay, no worries. So Adam, if you want to give a shout out quickly.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining. And yeah, hopefully you're finding this informative and find interest in it.
Awesome. So Adam's part of our advisory board. He's the staff at CompTIA and been a really champion for us in developing this program. And these are really our advisory board members that have helped shape the program I've just described to you. So I just want to acknowledge that. And the training that I'm about to talk to you about is really based on these individuals and their networks, industry networks feedback about, what do new talent need to know as they look to transition into the tech industry. So with that, just to give you an indication of, our current partners, what are some companies we facilitated we have partners with. So these are just a list of organizations that you can see here that have actually taken interns from us and come to you as a partner. And then the others are the ones that have taken interns and others from us. So just to give you a sense of, what are the kind of companies that are involved in our program so far. And we're always looking for new ones. So if you're a company partner listening to this, please reach out if you're interested in our talent. So let's get into it. So we're going to talk about a few different frames of eligibility. We're going to start with undergraduate students, and there's a few other categories that we'll get into. So in terms of undergraduate students, you have to be a full-time domestic undergraduate student here at our university. You can be in any discipline. So you don't have to be in science or engineering. You can be in arts, business, community services, the creative school. And interestingly, those are some of the areas that we have seen traction from our tech businesses. They're actually looking also for not just tech talent, but also non-technical talent. Sorry, and that's a bad way to say it, but very creative talent in terms of the arts and community services and the creative school and the business school. They're looking for those talent as well when they're looking at our program and looking to partner with us. And now, what do you need to be? So number one was that you need to be a full-time domestic undergrad. So unfortunately, if you are an international student in an undergraduate program, we're currently not open for that. And we can discuss this in our Q&A, but really the kind of issue there is around the wage subsidy programs we also support for our employer partners with. Our wage subsidy funders have actually excluded international students in being considered for it. So unfortunately for that, your domestic undergrads at the moment are not eligible, but as wage subsidy programs hopefully open up further, we would be open to looking at that again right away if that happens. So you need to be in the final year of your degree program. And then, this call for experience tech applications are if you're graduating in December or in April, you're eligible to apply for this round. We will need a proof that you are graduating. So if you're looking to graduate in December, then you must have submitted a request for graduation through RAMS. And there's a link here. We will share the slide deck with you. And there's a link here. You can go through a step-by-step process to actually provide us that proof that you are that status. And then based on the round you select for when you want the internship through us, when you're looking for an internship through us, if you can look at this, we'll be facilitating interviews for the January or the May cohort. So what you need to have is, if you're graduating in December, you need to be eligible, you need to be available from January to April of 2022 for a 16-week minimum internship. And this has to be full-time. And then if you're applying for a May cohort, then you need to be eligible and available from May to August for a 16-week internship with our company partners. So that is very critical. We don't facilitate part-time internships. And I want to be very clear in saying we do not facilitate unpaid internships. All our internships are paid. And just to set expectations, the wage subsidy funders that we work with, the minimum funding they set for a 16-week internship is $10,000. So you get $10,000 over the 16-week period. That's the salary basically an intern would get. So really, if you are applying to us and considering internships through us, you will very likely see that would be the salary level that you will be receive as an offer through our partners. If not, maybe a little bit more depending on an employer, but really want to set expectations. So if there are students, if that's way too low for you, if that's not something you're looking at, then maybe we're not the best program for you at the moment. And that's completely understandable. It's just we work with some wage subsidy funders, and we work with the minimums they set in order to make sure we're able to get the wage subsidies for our employer partners. So that's point number 3. And so here, depending on your cohort, when companies reach out to us to interview you, you will receive time-sensitive emails from us saying that, company X has decided to interview for this internship A that we'll describe to you in an email, and then you will need to respond to it in a Google form to say what your availability is if you're willing to do the internship. That's right, willing to do the interview. So that's something you'll have to keep an eye on your email after you're taken into our program as being eligible, that you will receive these kinds of ad hoc emails. They're sporadic, depending on when a company is interested in interviewing you. You may, especially if you're in the May cohort, you're applying to us now, you may not hear from us for a month or two in January or February, but you may hear from us more closer to March or April, depending on when an employer that's interested in your portfolio, in your skill set is looking for a talent like yours. So just to give you a heads up, you can feel free to follow up with us after you apply, and we reply to you and let you know that you're eligible. After that, you can follow up about what is happening with your application, but just to indicate that these do come in based on employer interest, the interviews. And then if you are a final year student and you're graduating in December or in April, then in order for us to ensure that you are, in order for us to facilitate the wage subsidies and facilitate these internships, there is a free course that you will need to be enrolled in through us, and we facilitate that and we do all the paperwork for you in that. It's called the Professional Skills Development Zone course. This would be a course you would be kind of getting enrolled in as you finish your degrees. This has no impact on your degree program and no cost to you, and this does not impact your graduation. You're just enrolling in a separate part-time course through us while you're doing the internship. And again, I can get into questions about it if you have any after the session. So that's for undergrads, and the other ones somewhat follow a similar pattern. There's some differences. I'll kind of go through them. So we do have graduate students that are eligible. So here we are open to international students because there is a wage subsidy funder. It's called MyTax, that through which we can facilitate internships for international students. So you are eligible if you're a graduate student and have an international student status. For graduate students, it's really important that you're in the final phase of your degree. So what do I mean by that? Especially if when you're a thesis-based student, you will have to have completed all your coursework requirements for your degree and your research work, and you will be transitioning into your writing phase of your thesis by December 2021 or April 2022. Then you're eligible for our current round. And then a key thing that's required is you have to consult your thesis supervisor and get their buy-in. And we have a specific form on our website that you need to fill out and have your supervisor sign off that they're in agreement with you taking on a full-time internship while you're doing your writing phase of your thesis, is how it works. So it's really important if you're a thesis-based graduate student, you have to bring your supervisor on board and have their approval for you to be eligible to participate in our program. If you're a course-based graduate student, this is very similar to the undergrads. So you need to be in the final of your program, graduating December or April, and then show us that proof that you're about to graduate. And then both of you obviously need to be, both categories need to be willing to take on interviews and then also enroll in this professional development zone course if needed to maintain, for us to maintain that eligibility for wage subsidy and also give you some additional professional development skills. So this is a separate one. So this is a new pilot we're doing right now with the Career Center for co-op students. So these are for full-time domestic undergraduate co-op students. We're at the moment as a pilot, we are looking to take in co-op students that are in the final, that are looking for their final 4-month co-op placement. And that could be that they're looking for a final co-op placement in January, or they're looking to do that in May. And the way you do this is you don't directly apply to us. Please, if you are a co-op student that's eligible under this, you need to connect with your co-op program specialist and express your interest to them that you would like to participate in the TechTalent Accelerator, and they will then facilitate your enrollment into our program. So you go through your co-op program specialist in order to be applying to us. And again, likewise, like the other ones, you have to be available to do interviews as companies reach out for that for you. Now, we are also open to actually recent Ryerson alumni. So if you graduated on April 2021 or onwards, so it was in August of 2021 you graduated, you are still eligible to apply to us as a new alumni of the university. So please, for you, we would need to see a demonstration that you've actually graduated. So through the RAMS portal, not a formal transcript or anything is needed. You need to show us a proof through your RAMS portal, and there are instructions here for us for you to be able to give us that. And then likewise, like the others, you need to be eligible. You need to be available for looking at interviews for the round you select. And then you will need to be enrolled in our professional skills development course. So you need to be open to that as well. So those are, I believe, all. Is there one more? Okay, yeah. So those are all our eligibilities in terms of what we're looking at, who we're looking to intake as individuals for our January round, as well as our May round of experienced tech internships. Now, in terms of an application process, these are things I'd say, you need to prepare in advance. So I'd say, bullet number 1 is confirmation of your eligibility. So looking at the eligibilities I've just described to you, please, first thing is make sure you're eligible according to those criteria and your status. So once you have that, the next really big thing to work on is your resume. Your resume is what we put in front. So actually there's 3 things we put in front of the employer for them to consider you as an intern. It's points 2, 3, 4 here. It's your resume. There's a small paragraph we ask you to write in lieu of a cover letter, but you're writing this paragraph about your interest in the industry, not a specific job posting. So you're writing about, why am I interested in being in the tech industry? And we give you 650 characters to frame that answer. And that's something you would submit in our Google form. And then the 4th item is basically an interview sample that we give to our employer partners as a way to pre-screen candidates. And this is basically, we ask you to record a 1-minute video on your own, and you simply can use, again, it has to be a raw video. We don't want you to, edit it with graphics or things like that. If we see very heavily edited videos, we will actually ask you to change that. Or if you're not able to change it, withdraw your application. So it needs to be a 1-minute video where you introduce yourself very quickly and respond to a very common interview question, which is, if a manager gave you a task and you didn't know what to do with it, how would you deal with that? And then you're supposed to respond to that. And again, we're very strict in our time. You cannot be, full video length cannot be more than 60 seconds. If it is, we'll give you one chance to fix it. If you don't, then we'll not be able to continue your application in our program. So these are the 3 things so again, just to go back to the resume, then, the resume becomes very key in showcasing the cohort that we have for January and for May. So really, there's an exceptional Career Center staff team we have that you can kind of seek support from in reviewing your resume and having it, improved and remove typos, make sure that it's consistent and things like that. And one key thing, again, the details are more on our website, but I want to very clearly say this so everybody who's here can listen to this, is that, on the resume, it's very common to put your email address, your home address, or your phone number. So in our program, we actually need you to remove it. So the way our company partners contact you is through us. And we also circulate these cohorts quite widely in our employer network. Given privacy laws and considerations and confidentiality, we are not allowed to circulate your phone number or your email or your home address in any way to anyone. So I want to be very clear on that. So in your resume, instead of writing that subline where you're laying out your contact information, please simply write your city and province. So you write Toronto, Ontario, and that's it. And we have a way of that the partners connect with us, and then we reach out to you to actually consider interviews through our partners. And then once you agree to an interview, then we connect you through a calendar invite with a company partner that's considering you for an internship. So at that stage, an email is shared and provided for a candidate to an employer partner. So very key then is your resume. We do comb through these. Every single resume gets looked at by one of our staff to make sure it is of high quality. And we do come back to you to fix it. We give you one chance to fix it. And again, it depends on how, if it's fixable. So I hope you give us really good quality resumes. It'll help us turn this around and get you on our cohort list right away. We will give you one chance to fix it if we do find issues, and we do depend on our career center staff that are amazing that help us do these resume reviews. So we'll come back to you with feedback if that's needed. And then the other few items I want to talk about, just you do need an unofficial transcript submitted to us. I want to be very clear in saying that we do not share your transcript content with anyone. This is just an administrative review requirement for us, that we can actually clearly see the courses you've completed and the fact that you are in your final year or you have graduated. This is one way we see the download you get from RAMS and verify that you've confirmed that you are the status you are at the university. So that's something that we ask you for. And then the sixth one is CompTIA course selection. So I want to speak to it a little bit here. So CompTIA, as I said, is an industry association that's a co-founder of this program with us called the TechTalent Accelerator. CompTIA is a leader in developing and providing industry relevant and important certifications courses. So if you go on comptia.org/certifications, you'll see that there are certification courses like IT Fundamentals Plus, Security Plus, Cloud Plus, and others. There's a number of them. So in our partnership with CompTIA, CompTIA is generously offered every single applicant that is eligible for our Experience Tech program a free CompTIA course. So what does that mean? You get access to their training content so that you can actually learn the course. It's a self-paced training module for them as well, like ours. Then after that, they give you access to at least taking, give you access to the exam as well to actually get an official certification for completing that CompTIA course. And if for any reason you need to do a retake, there is one retake that's also included in this offer. And this is all at no cost to you. This is about a $1,250 Canadian value in terms of if someone externally wanted to go in and purchase these courses and do them. So through our program, that's being provided in kind through CompTIA. As I say this, I'll acknowledge Adam and say thank you to CompTIA for giving us that support.
Absolutely, very welcome.
Awesome. And then go ahead,
Dan, can I actually just jump in real quick here?
Sure.
Just for everyone on the line, just so you know, just in case if you haven't heard of CompTIA and the certifications that we do deliver, we're actually the second largest certifying body next to Microsoft in the world. So they are like globally recognized certifications, legit, no joke. I mean, you hold a CompTIA certification, I mean, very recognized on a resume. So, it's great value add.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that, Adam. Appreciate it. And then once you've gone through these points 1 to 6, that's when really you're ready to submit an application to us. So please, I request you not to wait till our last deadline to start point number one, I request you to start working on it now, and all these points so that, before our deadline date, you're able to submit your application to us. So with that, I think that concludes what I wanted to share in terms of a presentation. So at this stage, I'll request Jessica, if you don't mind, you can turn off the live stream and the recording. And then, I'm ready to field any and all questions that you all have in this process.